Welcome. This practice is being taught as a part of our 200-hour yoga teacher training. If teacher training intrigues you, please check the link in the description for this class. We do have trainings at the 200, 300, and 800-hour level, Yoga Alliance and International Association of Yoga Therapists. So in this practice, what I'll be addressing are the third, fourth, and fifth imperatives for daily living. The first and second imperatives were covered in this video, which you can see here. These imperatives come from the Bhagavad Gita, and they are related to the 5 warrior brothers and the 5 chakras. The practice is going to open up with a discussion about the third chakra, both what its purposes are, what its imperative is, and what the possible shadow sides of the third chakra are. We need to know this shadow side of the third chakra because it's very implicated in why we're facing a climate scenario such as we are right now. So as you head into the practice, I'm going to encourage you to reflect on what the practice means for you, but also what it's going to mean if you could imagine society having practices like this. How would that change things? Even in your personal community, how would that change things? But how might it ripple out into the greater good? Okay, let's go into the practice now. See you there. So this morning we're going to be addressing pranayama for the third, fourth, and fifth chakras and the third, fourth, and fifth imperatives according to the 5 warriors in the Bhagavad Gita. And as I'm talking about it with all of you, it's the 5 imperatives for life and also for climate. Since climate is our life, we are totally dependent upon the climate. We're dependent upon things like air and water and also salt, the kind of salt that comes from the ocean and has all the minerals in it. We're not dependent upon table salt. We're dependent upon air, water, and then this very important mineral-rich experience of salt. We also need our potassium and so on. So we're dependent upon this climate that we are gifted to live in. And yet, of course, it's in distress right now because of our human actions. So the importance of that for the third chakra is that it represents Arjuna. And our duty there, our imperative, is to put wisdom into action. It is said that if we don't do that, we will experience depression. We may first experience feeling like we're not really in our own integrity, and that can cause things like justifications, manipulations, deceiving ourselves or others, kind of strong-arming ourselves to do something. Think of that like bullying yourself to do something, or giving your responsibilities over to others in a kind of I'm resisting, backing away, and justifying why it's your responsibility and not mine. So all the ways in which the third chakra can kind of go out of balance, some of what I mentioned here, and then some beyond that. The emotions might include things like resentment, frustration, irritation, anger, rage, but also at the third chakra, when we go out of balance, there can be a distancing between us and our needs, our fundamental needs, as if we are a person who is needless. We don't need things from others. That allows us not to rely on others. It also allows them, in many ways, to rely on us. We might be someone who serves the needs of others, but often disregards our own. There's reasons why we develop these patterns and perspectives, and that we would look at in yoga therapy down at the second chakra and at the first chakra. The reasons why this behavior manifests at the third chakra begin before you come into the age of the third chakra, which is between the ages of 6 and 10 years old, is like the season of the third chakra. We might say with today's society, it's like 6 to 11 or 12 years old. The fourth chakra, I'll be more brief about this one. The imperative is for compassion, the kind of compassion that implores us to take action to alleviate suffering. The season of that in our lives as it's developing is between the ages of 12 and adolescence up to about 17, 18. And the imperative of the fifth chakra is to speak clearly and truthfully, even when there's conflict, and even if what we're going to say might generate conflict in others. as when speaking what is true, and others may not have yet been able to accept something that's true. The age for this is your young adulthood, between the ages of 17 and 22. It's getting developed. And then these chakras and these imperatives, they are lifelong, but those are some brief, that's actually abbreviated notations about each of those imperatives. There's more to learn always. Yoga therapy is a great place to learn more about this. But for now, let's take a comfortable seat. And I'll invite you to put one hand on your heart and one hand on the solar plexus. So you've got the fourth chakra here, and then the third chakra with the other hand. Lift up through the crown of your skull. Also lift the base of your skull and the roof of your mouth. But at the same time, allow the jaw and your tongue to relax, to drop down. And as you breathe in, allow the inhale to begin in the pelvic basin, really at your pelvic floor. And then you're going to hopefully notice the breath expanding the lower belly, sacrum, hips. Then the next part of the breath is the mid-torso, where your hand is on your solar plexus. And invite that to be an expansion that is lateral and posterior, not just anterior. So that's the sides and the back, not only the front. The last portion of your inhale is going to be up in the heart, including the back of your heart, collarbones, the side ribs near the armpits. And don't strain for the breath to be like that. We're not gulping at the air right now, but just know that geographically, those are possibilities. So if you've been facing confusion about meeting the needs of others versus prioritizing your own needs or balancing that out, if you've had self-doubt about putting certain insight or wisdom into action, if you find yourself succumbing more frequently to irritation, frustration, resentment, if you find yourself trying to strong arm yourself or bully yourself into doing something, or you find yourself in constant states of procrastination or disregarding things, and this practice can be helpful for you, this practice today. So please bring your palms together at your heart now. And we'll chant the Gayatri mantra for the third chakra. Om Bhagavad Gita Tatsaveto Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhagavad Gita Tatsaveto Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhagavad Gita Tatsaveto Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands, open your eyes. Now, since our identity gets more crystallized for us as we come into the third chakra, and yet many of the influences on our self-identity happen much younger in life, first chakra, second chakra, and all of them are influencing our gut-brain axis, our attachment networks, and our vagal tone. We're actually going to start with vagal tone for the practice. We'll take ourselves kind of down into the third chakra to drop down there. So to do this particular practice, wrap your right arm around the small of your back and just rest your forearm somewhere across the small of your back. Lift your heart and roll the right shoulder back. And then take the left hand and place it on your right collarbone and pull down a little bit. Good. Now bring your chin in towards your throat and tip your left ear towards your left shoulder. With the chin in towards the throat, it's going to come in towards your right collarbone. So we're going to breathe in to the right side of the neck. Of course, start your inhale, low belly, mid belly, chest, and then up into the right side of your neck. On the exhale, make your chin a little more snug towards your right collarbone. And with your inhale, open your chin away from your throat, staying on the diagonal. And then exhale, bring your chin back in towards your right collarbone. Inhale to open, so at your own pace. Exhale, snug your chin in, roll the right shoulder back. And one more time, inhale to open. And exhale, snug your chin in. And then return your head to center, keeping your right arm behind your back, roll the shoulder back again. And now turn your head to your left as far as it comfortably goes. As you press your right shoulder back, lift the base of your skull, lift the roof of your mouth and the crown of your skull. And then exhale and return to center. Relax your right arm back to your lap and just notice the movement of circulation down your right arm. It might feel a little bit warming. Now wrap the left arm around behind, and as you do that, rest your forearm wherever it's comfortable on your back. Bring your right hand over to your left collarbone, pull down, and then tip your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your chin towards your collarbone. Okay, now we'll use the breath again. So on the inhale, open your throat on the diagonal. And exhale, snug your chin towards your left collarbone. And proceed using a smooth and synchronized pattern with your breathing. And synchronizing is important here because it's going to bring together your mind and attention with your breath and your body. Okay, we'll do that one more time. At your own pace, open the throat. And bring your chin towards your collarbone. Now we'll keep the left forearm where it is. Please raise your head back up to center. Press the left shoulder back and turn your head as far as you can to your right. As you breathe in, lift the base of your skull and the crown of your skull. And then exhale, release your left arm, bring your head to center, relax your hands in your lap. You place your hands out over your knees so that the arms are taut. On the inhale, we're going to be going up to open the throat. While we're up there, we're going to use lion's breath. And the idea here is to move energy out like you're going to roar. And so you can think of it as moving out if you've been living with irritation, frustration, resentment, feeling imposed upon by others. They're crossing your boundaries. You don't set your boundaries very well. You set them, other people break them. It's actually you who's doing that, not them. We'll talk about that another time. That's more for yoga therapy. But as you do this, you're going to inhale to go up, stretching here. The exhale, the tongue comes out, the eyes get big. You make your roaring sound, and then we'll stay for the inhale. We're going to exhale, bring the chin down towards the sternoclavicular notch right here. Okay, so inhale, raise up. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chin so the lower jaw goes forward of the upper jaw. And exhale, bring your chin down towards the sternoclavicular notch. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, raise up. Exhale. Inhale, raise your chin. Exhale, chin towards the sternoclavicular notch. We'll do this 3 times more. So breathe in. If you'd like, you can use the Ujjayi breath. The exhale is for lion's breath. Inhale, raise your chin. And exhale, chin towards the sternoclavicular notch. Okay, twice more. One more time. And then once more, allow yourself to relax. Notice the difference just in, stretching your neck and moving your breath in your body, signaling the vagus nerve that you want to come back into homeostasis. We'll use a practice coming down past the heart into the 3rd chakra. So this is called Kappalabhati, and it's a rapid exhale out through the nose. You're not really focusing on the inhale. The in-breath that is needed comes in the retraction of the exhale. So you're pressing the exhale, 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 and a teeny bit of air comes for the inhale. So you don't have any concern and you don't have to make the inhale. We'll do it about 30 times, and we'll exhale long, and we'll inhale through both nostrils, and we'll hold the breath before exhaling. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes, and then begin. Exhale. Breathe in. Then hold the breath. Release the bandhas before exhaling. And exhale smoothly and completely. Remind yourself that during the exhale, the pelvic floor is stable. Should not feel like you're pushing down, 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 down on the pelvic floor, but rather that it's supporting you. During inhale suspension, all three bandhas will be there. Mula bandha, Uddiyana bandha, Jalandhara bandha. Okay, again. Exhale completely. Inhale through the nose. Suspend. Release the bandhas and exhale smoothly and completely. Invite yourself to deeply relax. We will do this one more time. This time we're going to go, you could double the numbers of exhales, or you can do the amount you can do beyond 30. And then we'll have the long exhale again and the suspension. And then exhale completely. Inhale to suspension. Release the bandhas when you're ready to, and exhale completely. And then I'd like you to deeply relax and drop your mind into the third chakra. Let's just imagine a tiny flame, whatever size comes to you. And see if you can sense the flame is relatively still or flickering. I use the word tiny, but you can sense the size of the flame that is yours. I'll ask you to imagine that if you were slowly breathing in to this low belly, mid belly, and then the solar plexus, and slowly breathing out to nourish this flame, how would the flame of the third chakra shift or grow or change when you sense that you could put wisdom into action? Does it change when you imagine following through on a commitment that you've made to yourself or to an insight that you've had? What happens to the flame if you imagine not doing those things? Well, simply noticing, right? Not determining anything and not criticizing yourself, but really noticing without judgment. Now we're going to include third, fourth, and fifth chakra in a sequence. With the breath, I'm going to push my seat back a little bit. You'll be having the hands clasped. At one point in the practice, they will push forward and will round the spine. At another part in the practice, the arms are going to come up. There'll be a place where you put the hands behind your head. You go like this. So this little dip right here will hold the occipital ridge. Okay, and so that's when I say, place your pinkies at the base of your skull. That's what I'm going to be referring to, is that the pinkies go there. The elbows will come forward at one point. It will also go up. We will also be rotating the head like this. When you do that rotation, one elbow goes up and one elbow goes forward. And that's kind of like when the dog has one ear up and one ear is like to the side. So these kinds of actions. Okay, clasp your hands, please. Okay. A little meditation ball and place that down at the second chakra. And let's imagine when you drop down to the second chakra, imagine something which you long for, like peace of mind or clarity or vitality, or something you long for really in the deepest sense, not like money, but you might long for abundance. You might long for leadership versus longing for power, right? Those are distortions when we go into greed and power and such. That's at the third chakra distorted. So drop into the second chakra, something that you long for. And then as you inhale, let's use the Ujjayi breath. Raise your hands up, coming past the third chakra where action would be required. Come up with that longing, and on the exhale, place it in your heart. Now inhale and push forward, round your spine. Imagine that you're pushing away the forces that would interrupt you from what you're longing for. The shoulder blades. Exhale, bring your chin down towards your throat. Keep the arms raised. Inhale, lift up and look up. Exhale, place your pinkies at the base of your skull. Inhale, bring both elbows forward and raise up. Exhale, rotate your head to your right. Raise the right arm to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, return to center. Make the elbows wide. Exhale, press up. Bring your chin down. Inhale, lift up and look up. And exhale, press out like you're clearing the space around you. It belongs to you right now. Clasp the hands and place that little bowl again at the second chakra. So we're going to repeat that using the Ujjayi breath, sensing what you long for. Inhale, raise up. Coming past the third chakra where action is taken place, and then place this longing into the fourth chakra. Now inhale, press forward, round your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, squeeze the upper back. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bring your chin down. Inhale, lift up and look up. Exhale, pinkies at the base of your skull. Inhale, elbows forward and up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale to center. The chest and heart are open. Exhale, press up, gaze down. And last one, inhale, raise up. And exhale, press out. So clearing the space around you. So acknowledging the bravery, the courage to long for anything. Clasp the hands again and rest them in your lap. And then the wisdom that becomes action. And the suffering we alleviate actually on our own behalf to come into alignment with ourselves. Allow your mind and your body to get very still. Return your awareness to the third chakra. And just sense what size now is this flame. Is it very still or moving quite a bit or somewhere in between? As you check in with this flame, you might even ask it if there's anything this flame needs from you, anything this wisdom or the light, it's called the light of awareness, anything it needs for you to take action on. And now we're going to practice Nadi Shodhana with inhale suspension. So we'll do inhale. This is my left nostril. So we'll do inhale left and suspend. Exhale right. Inhale right. Suspend. Exhale left. So it's going to be like an upside down triangle shape. Bring the right hand up. Everyone's going to have their own pace. So as you get started, try to balance your inhale, suspension, and exhale. They're all the same length. That little pause at the exhale is just a pause. So that's why it's a triangle and not a square. Let's begin. You're not using Ujjayi breathing here, only Nadi Shodhana. Remind yourself that you're not pushing your face forward. We lift the base of the skull. Keep the head sliding slightly back. So there's a hint of Jalandhara Bandha. And finish with your next exhale through the left nostril, and then rest your hands back in your lap. You might choose to clasp them like you're holding that little meditation bowl. And rest your mind at the third chakra, Manipura chakra, representing Arjuna. Now please place your hands in the mudra for the first chakra. We'll just spend a little time at the first and then the second, because we're going to primarily stay at the third, move to the fourth and the fifth. So like this mudra. And the word is lam. So you have an ujjayi breath as the inhale. That might be longer than mine or shorter than mine. And then we'll have lam 5 times. The fifth one is long, and the other 4 are rhythmically paced. Lam, 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 lam. Then your ujjayi inhale. Lam, 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 lam. Second chakra, this is the mudra. Wam, 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 Now the third chakra, this is the mudra, the thumbs crossed like that. Place that at the third chakra. The sound is ram, R-A-M. Ram, 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 ram. Ram, 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 Fourth chakra, both hands like this, right hand at the heart, left hand on your knee. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yam, yam. So dedicated to compassion that seeks to alleviate suffering. Yam, 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 yam. Yum, 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 yum. Up to the 5th chakra, interlace the fingers like this, and then rest your thumbs together. And this goes at the 3rd chakra as a placement. And the sound is hum, H-A-M. Hum, 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 speaking with truth and clarity. Hum, 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 and rest your hands back in your lap. You can return to silence. And we'll imagine again the flame of action from wisdom at the 3rd chakra. And add into your imagination the felt sense of the heart, which is lit from below in this case, from the flame of the 3rd chakra. And then you can imagine the space of the throat, representing the element of ether or space. You may use a little mantra, for example, like a prayer. May I put wisdom into action. May I have the heart and the courage for compassion, which includes alleviating suffering. May I speak with clarity and truth. We'll sit in silence for about 5 minutes or so, the dedicated silence. Thank you again for sharing your practice. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That'll help us to keep producing more of this kind of content for you and the community. Also, if you like the practice, please click the like button and leave us questions and comments down below. If these kinds of practices stimulate your desire to learn more about yoga and the scaffold of teaching yoga, please reach out to us for our 200-hour Amrita Yoga teacher training, or our 300-hour advanced yoga teacher training, or the 800-hour yoga therapy training. We also have a program on yoga psychology for mental health providers and allied health professionals, as well as a trauma-informed brain-sensitive yoga training that you can do whether you're certified in yoga or any other thing and you want to learn more about trauma-informed brain-sensitive yoga. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you again for sharing your practice today. Namaste.